Hi everyone, it's Sarah. The next step in the Konmari Method is to go through books. So I'm going to go through all the rooms in the house and I'm going to collect all the books together in one place. And then I'm going to work on going through them and figuring out which ones we want to keep and which ones can be donated. My kids love books, they love to read. My husband's a librarian. So I'm thinking we're probably going to have quite a few. And since my kids are getting older, we can probably get rid of some of the younger ones as well. So I hope you find this motivating and you go through the books in your house as well. All right, let's get started.
Lost in a daze, I caught your sudden gaze, and time it started racing. Get my name in.
Okay, so these are all the books that I collected just from the playroom. That's one room. So let's go to the next one. Okay, next is my daughter's room. She has this bench that my husband built her. It's all built in her closet. Super cute. But it's very, very full. And it's hard to get the books out. So she doesn't read them as much. I'm going to be using a laundry basket to bring all the books downstairs together. It'd be a whole lot easier to carry them in the basket than trying to carry them by hand.
Someone keeps blocking my way. I can't feel further away. Wait on the moment to say that I want you. You know that I want you.
Alright, next load ready to go downstairs. Okay, room number 2 is done, and this is how many we have so far. Now on to the next room.
I'm just trying to get by. I don't know how you do it. Trying to keep you off my mind. I can't hold to it. You make it easy, but every time I fall back again.
And room number 3 is done. And I'm getting tired already. But I'm going to keep going. I've gotten this far, so I'm not going to stop now. Part of the book category is also cookbooks. So these ones are going to go to the pile. Going to decide which ones we use, which ones we never reach for anymore, and declutter the rest. This is my oldest daughter's room, and she loves to read all the time. She's a bookworm. She's 10 years old, so she's reading more chapter books now. A lot of these are younger books, or things that she's just not interested in anymore, so hopefully we can clear up some space on this shelf. This bookshelf is where she keeps a lot of her little knickknacks and little things that she wants to keep. She also has her medicine and lotions there, so we'll work on that part another day. This is her closet. Sorry, it's kind of dark in here, but she has a whole nother shelf with more chapter books. And some of these she does read over and over again, but there's other ones that just didn't catch her interest, so those ones I should be able to donate.
Where I'm going isn't far, but in case I go, no need to be stressed, gotta take it.
Her closet is a mess too. But again, that's for another day. So I remembered that I had a couple extra containers of books in the attic, so I brought those down to add to my pile because they've been sitting up there and I have to decide what I'm going to do with them. Some of them are like baby books or like toddler books, and then I also have some chapter books that I want to keep. Because the girls are like 3 years apart in age, I have some like easy to read chapter books that my oldest doesn't want to read anymore. But I want to save them for my younger daughter once she's able to start reading some of those chapter books. Those I do want to store, and I'm going to keep those in the attic because they are good books. And I'm going to save them for her when she's at that level. If you see me looking towards the other room, it's because my husband is in the kitchen and I'm talking to him as I'm going through the books. I'm doing this on a day that the kids are at their grandma's house because this actually took several hours by the time I brought all the books together and then went through them one by one. It was like 5-6 hours of work, which I didn't realize it was going to take quite that long because I've donated a giant Rubbermaid tote full of baby books in the past, but we still have quite a few. I'm going to be using the container concept. They all need to fit back comfortably on the shelves, and I'm going to put our favorites back first, right? So they get the prime real estate. And then if there's anything that doesn't fit, then that will get donated. This will help us decide which ones are more important than the others. They're not going to be all the same rank of importance, right? You have your favorites that you love, so those go on first, and then the ones you never reach for, you are choosing last, so those ones likely can go, and we just want to keep our favorite ones that we revisit again and again. I'm also going to let go of books that make me feel guilty, ones that I've had for years and I still haven't read. I never go to it, I never pick it up, so it's time to just move on, let somebody else enjoy it, and be done with it. We have a lot of books, but I don't really buy a lot of books. The kids get a ton of them as gifts, and grandparents pick them up at the Salvation Army, or sometimes I will buy them at one of our children's consignment shops for like $1 a piece. A lot of times I will check our public library or their school library first to see if they have that specific book before I purchase it and bring it into the house. If it's a library book, they can enjoy it and then they return it, and then it's less inventory that I have to maintain and manage. So I encourage you to give some of these ideas a try. Check with your library first. Check a consignment shop. See if a friend has a book that you can borrow.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries, we'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd, just you and me together. It will all seem better outside, just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours forever.
Now the part I really don't want to do is putting them all back on the shelves. All right, let's do this.
Out of this circus, is it innate? Feels like a heavy burden, but I can't relate. is this a fate? At least now I'm feeling better. I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come my side?
Hi everyone. So it's a new day and today I'm going to be tackling paper clutter. I used to struggle with paper clutter because I was always taught to keep everything just in case I needed to look back and reference it at some point, but I never did, or I forgot that I even had it. So I'm going to use the Konmari Method in that she teaches that we should eliminate as much paper as possible. Like the goal should be to try to have like virtually no paper left. So much can be found online, like manuals, and most of our bills are online. So we don't really need to keep any of that stuff. So on the KonMari checklist for under paper, it says to gather receipts, coupons, mail, filing cabinet papers, manuals, bills, greeting cards, any handouts, school papers, business cards, recipes, checkbooks, important documents, taxes, rewards cards, and gift cards. I'm going to do a modified KonMari method today with the papers. She usually has 3 categories. The first being needs attention, the second is short term, and the third is long term. But I'm going to use Cass from Clutterbug's 5 category method, which also includes memory, so special things that need to go in your memory bin that you want to keep, but you don't need to have out all the time, and also a reference category. So this is all the paper that I could find around our house. I'm going to go through and I'm going to see how much I can cut it down, because I have it organized in a filing cabinet, but it's still gotten kind of a little messy over time, and I know filing cabinets don't work for everybody. Some personalities use filing cabinets and they work really well for some people, but other people struggle with filing cabinets, so you need bigger macro categories, which is totally fine. Whatever works for you, as long as you can find whatever you need. Alright, I'm going to start working on going through all these piles. Slowly but surely, I'll get through it. If you want to grab a pile of papers, work through them, sort them out, recycle some, keep some. I hope you can get some work done with me.
Away from the crowd, just you and me together, we'll all sing that.
I'm actually going to stop and I'm going to take the time to go through all these gift cards to see if there is any balance left on them, because I don't want to put them back into my purse if they're empty, if there's nothing left on them.
I don't usually cry at all, but wow, is it always close, ranging from a movie scene to made up people in my dreams. The last time, if I recall, was a feeling of being alone. I don't know if where I'm going isn't far, but in case I go, no need to be stressed, gotta take it home, it's there. I really miss the shade of blue. Just take it slow, I'll wait to find love, better hear the call again. For now I will feel the ocean view, and I pray that it won't be over soon. Oh my, I miss the sun, just wait, it won't be too long till we arrive the coming day. Please ignore my restless face, 'cause it's so hard to keep it all together ever since we left. I guess it just makes sense to what the reasoning was when I said, in case I go, no need to be stressed, gotta take it home, it's there. I really miss
Okay, I finished going through all the papers. It took a little bit longer than I thought it would. This is what I have to recycle. I'm going to make sure that I shred important papers that need to be shredded first, and then it will all go into the recyclables. So let me show you. Over here is my short term. This has like taxes that need to be done this year and last year's taxes. This is long term stuff. And I also have like subfolders of insurance, important car papers that I need, insurance, my business stuff. I have vet stuff for the pets, and then I also have important things that I need to keep for the pool to reference as well. So those each have their own subcategory. This is medical stuff. I have a few manuals in here and a few receipts that I do need to keep to reference to. This pile is my memory pile, which will be going into our individual memory bins. And this was the problem before. I didn't have memory bins. So I had all this stuff, but I didn't know what to do with it. So it was in my filing cabinet, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I have a pile that goes in my husband and my memory bin, and then I have one folder that's for my oldest daughter, and then one folder that's for my youngest daughter. And these are like papers from school and cute drawings and stuff that they've made, you know, over the years. And then this little pile has a few important papers. This is more my action pile. These are all the empty folders that I was able to get rid of. That is a lot of paper that I was hanging on to, that I'm never going to reference, that I'm not going to remember that I had, that I can look up online. It was just cluttering up my filing cabinet, and now I'll be able to much more easily find what I need. I hope this inspired you to work on some of your papers. I know it's not the most fun task to do, but it makes a big difference. And then when you do really need to find something, it makes it so much easier, and you're not digging and digging trying to find important stuff when you actually need to reference it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you would like a video on next, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye everyone.